Well, I think that there is some disagreement among the members. On the one hand, we have countries like Nigeria, Angola, and the Congo who actually want to see higher production quotas because their production has been constrained by lack of investment or other factors. And on the other hand, we're seeing that the United Arab Emirates has been allowed to increase their production beginning in January. And this has left Saudi Arabia in the middle with the burden of the oil market supply and demand balance on their shoulders. At the same time, that surveys are showing that OPEC Plus has been increasing production steadily over the last couple of months, led by Iran, Iraq, and a number of these African nations.
Geopolitics, as always, Andy, is the big wild card here. We seem to be seeing some tentative stabilisation in the Middle East. Does that change the picture?
Well, we have yet to see any supply disruption since Hamas invaded Israel back in early October. And I think that's really the case going forward. I think there's a very low probability that we would see the Strait of Hormuz actually shut, because that not only negatively impacts Iran with their oil exports, but Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the Emirates with theirs. And on the other hand, consumers such as India and China are dependent on a lot of that oil supply. So I think that is off the table to see that kind of major supply disruption. And that, of course, has stabilized the oil market.
You said a moment ago, Andy, that some oil producers have been increasing their production over the past couple of months. How annoyed is Saudi Arabia, therefore, that this compliance busting is going on, and therefore it's up to Saudi Arabia to have to do the heavy lifting in supporting prices?
Well, I think Saudi Arabia is really upset with the other members of OPEC Plus after going through the last year of all of these production cuts, in addition to a Saudi voluntary production cut to stabilize the oil market. And here recently we've seen Brent dip below $80 a barrel several times, while Saudi Arabia wants to ensure a policy that gets that Brent price up to $90 or beyond. So if Saudi Arabia is sitting there complying and many of these other members are not, Saudi Arabia is really in